Hey, this is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again. What am I riding today? This is the Magicycle Deer 26-inch step over model. Yeah, the green bike. So where are we heading? Hey, we're headed for a long ride if I don't get rained out. It's raining on me now. It is raining on me now. I'm heading out towards the Botanic Garden. Now I took a look at the weather, and it said that it wasn't going to rain. I got drizzled on me. It is overcast. It's very humid. So I have a feeling I'm going to get rained on. I'm too far out to head back, so I'm just going to keep going. Now, if you get raindrops on the lens, sorry, I can't help it. Yeah, I've ridden about 6 miles already. I've throttled the entire time. Now you're probably wondering, how are you going to do a 60+ mile ride throttled? Well, I'm going really slow. I'm trying to stay within 15 miles an hour or less. I'm really in no rush to get there, other than the fact that I want to avoid the rain, but I'm going to get rained on regardless, whether I go fast or I go slow. So why did I choose this bike? This was the bike I took before, and we ended up with a flat. Remember the flat? Yeah, the one and only flat. Well, I had a flat when I first bought my first bike because I popped the tire because of a pinch flat when I was putting in slime that was on that Rad Rover 5. Yeah, I didn't even have it up more than a day or two, and it popped the tire, popped the inner tube. Yeah, I learned a lesson there. Once you start inflating, start bouncing your tires around and make sure that thing's not pinched. Especially when you're dealing with the slime and everything too. So anyway, the only other flat was on this bike heading towards the Botanic Garden. I went as far as I could go, and I realized I wasn't going to make it because the battery was not going to be enough. And so I started headed back, and yeah, I ran over a roofing tile. It's always a roofing tile, I tell you. Those guys aren't careful with the nails. Yeah, I recognize roofing tiles, believe me. I've seen them before. So it was a roofing tile. It's always a nail. I mean, think about how small your tire is compared to how big the road is. Yeah, and then it just finds the nail. Had to call Mrs. Wright to pick me up. And I was on this bike. So, how am I going to make it there now? Well, I'm carrying 2 additional batteries. Yeah, I have that toolbox that I purchased for the batteries. I put 2 of the batteries in there. How did I end up with so many extra batteries? Well, think about it. The Deer 20 uses the same battery. The Ocelot Pro and Ocelot Pro 2.0 uses the same battery. They gave me a battery as well. I've got a number of magicycle batteries. So I says I could take 2 of them. You know, the thing is, with all that added weight, I could definitely feel it on the bike. I could feel the drag on the bike. However, even with the 2 batteries sitting inside that toolbox, it's still less than I weighed years ago when I took those rides to the Botanic Garden. It is, yeah. You know, I'm down usually between 35 and 37 pounds. It fluctuates every day. So we'll call it 37. We'll call it 37 because it hits 37 quite a few times. So I'm down 37 pounds. These 2 batteries don't add up to 37 pounds. Okay. And think about it, when I did go on the ride last year, where I ended up with the flat, I only took 1 battery. So really, I'm only adding the additional weight of 1 battery, more so than I did last time. So let's say the batteries are 12, 13 pounds, right? Well, if I'm down 37 pounds, I'm actually lighter now, even with the 2 batteries in there. Yep. So what about combined? All right, let's say they're 12, 13 pounds. Let's call them 13, let's say. I don't really know what they are, but let's say they're 13. Should be around that range. That's 26 pounds. Add in the weight of the toolbox. I think the toolbox is almost like 6 pounds. I think that's what it was on I weighed it last time. So let's call it 6 pounds, right? So that's 36 and what is it? 26 plus 6. That would bring us to 32 pounds. That's still less than my 37-pound loss. So even if I was riding this bike with no additional batteries or anything, I'm still lower than I was last year. So here's the thing. I thought that, you know, if I pedaled this bike, it would probably help out the battery a little bit. But then I thought about it, and I said, well, what if I throttled the bike, but used the cruise control? I mean, the only time I have to hit it hard is when I'm passing an intersection like just now, and then I'll back off a little bit. But what if I use the cruise control? Wouldn't that be the same thing as if I was pedaling? I mean, if I was pedaling at a speed of 15 miles per hour, let's say, what if I just cruise controlled it at 15 miles an hour? Wouldn't that be the same? I don't know. They always say that if you pedal, you do help out your ability to extend your range. It probably is. You know, pedal a little bit. And if you keep your pedal assist levels low, right? But I think what they're talking about, I mean, if you think about it, your motor is running based on whatever the pedal assist level is that you have. So if I simply just kept this bike at the pedal assist level where the motor is helping me, like right now I'm on pedal assist level 3, it seems to be around 13.8 miles per hour or something like that. Isn't that the same thing as cruise control at 13.8 miles per hour?
At the next stop sign, turn left.
And being that the cruise control is more consistent, wouldn't that actually be better? I don't know. So, like I said, I'm not in a rush to get there. So I figure, yeah, let's do around 15 miles an hour and see where we go. Now, I've been running now for the last, I don't know how long it's been, but I've been running for 7.6 miles, it says. And I'm at 90%. What time did I start? 7:40-ish, something like that. It's about 8:17 right now. So I've been going for a while. I mean, I know in the past when I took the Rad Rover, and even when I took this bike before, I wasn't doing 15 miles an hour. Believe me, I was going a lot faster than that, probably 22 maybe, right? Maybe even faster sometimes. Stop here for a second here. Got some bike riders here. And a car. So if I stay around 15, I figure I probably would be saving my battery a little bit. So what do I use for navigation here? I have the Apple Maps going on here. Good morning. No response out of that guy. Sometimes people don't respond. They just keep doing their own thing. They won't even say hello to you. In that case, we'll just blow them off and keep going faster than them. Yep. So yeah, I'm using Apple Maps right now. Slow my speed down a little bit. I'm going faster than my 15 miles an hour here, but I was going down a little decline there. So yeah, I'm using Apple Maps, and I told the Apple Maps to get me towards Morton Grove area. Now, several people have asked me before, how do you get to the Botanic Garden from your general area? Yeah, I head towards Morton Grove. And the reason I do that is because I used to live in Morton Grove when I was younger. I mentioned in the past that I had been on the North Branch Trail before when I was a kid. Yeah, I was, how old was I? I was freshman year. I was riding the North Branch Trail, and we had gone to the Botanic Garden before. That's how I know that I can make it there. So I just head towards Morton Grove, because I'm familiar with that area, and hop onto the trail there. And, you know, North Branch Trail, depending on which direction you go, you can head all the way up towards the Botanic Garden. And then if you go the opposite direction, you can head into Chicago if you wanted to. This guy's gonna let me go here. So we of course go north. We head towards the Botanic Garden. So whatever Apple Maps tells me to do, that's what I'm gonna do. Unless it makes some stupid decision of a really tough road to go on, and then of course I won't, but then I'll have to figure out another method. But so far it seems to be okay. Little kids are riding with the dad, and the little boy is ahead of everybody. So, yeah, I won't take you on the entire ride. I'll turn on and off the camera every now and then to kind of conserve our ride. I'll probably just take you to go there. I usually, when I record, I'll take the ride to go there. Sometimes I have recorded the ride going back as well, but really it's just the same thing. It's just the opposite direction, right? You get a feel for what that is, you know, heading out there. And I know there's been a lot of new subscribers since the last Botanic Garden ride, and if you haven't watched any of the old videos, this is all new to you guys. Some of you other guys have been with me for a long, long time. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So you're familiar with this ride. And I didn't do the ride much for distance last year. This year I said I would, but I said I don't want to hit the cicadas. You go through the forest reserve, I don't want to hit the cicadas. But no, I think all the cicadas are dead and gone. The only cicadas that are still around are the annual ones that just come up, but they're not those 17-year brood cicadas. I don't know what the path looks like, if it's littered with bugs or not. Let's hope not. I don't want it to be. So, all right, here we go. Don't want it to be littered with bugs. I don't like to be running those guys over. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm still sniffling. I'm telling you, when if it's even a little bit chilly out, I'll start sniffling. That's the way it is, I guess. Yeah, so I have my phone plugged in to my USB port of my display screen on the bike to keep it charged up. I don't think it really needs to so much, but I know that if the GPS was running consistently, which it will be, it's going to drain that battery. I mean, the iPhone 15 Max plus Max, what, I don't know what is that thing called. It has a long battery, but not if you're running it that long. So keeping it plugged in is a good idea. I have a short USB to, what's that, mini USB, micro USB? I don't know what it is, whatever they call it. I have that cable plugged in here, and that will power up my my phone, so I don't have to worry about it. I don't want to be down on phone power if I have to call for help. You know, the last time when I had that flat, man, my battery's down to like 10%. Yep, I had thought that I was charging up. I actually had a cable connected, but it wasn't charging. I'm looking at my phone, and it does show the charge symbol, so I am charging this time. I don't know why I wasn't charging. It was something about it wasn't, maybe I didn't turn on the USB option. I don't know if there was an option there. I don't think so, but it wasn't charging at that time. Maybe it was a bad cable. I think that was what it was. It was a bad cable, and it wasn't doing a charge. So check everything out, you know. Check everything out before you go on your rides. I did all this setup last night. Charged up all the batteries, and then I put the rear section on, the toolbox on the rear rack. I have it strapped on there. I don't use bungee cords now. Something that heavy, I have that really long, I think it's like 12-foot strap. Just wrap it around that thing over and over and then lock it in place. I have 2 of those on there. I have foam underneath the batteries to kind of cushion the blow. Foam on top of the batteries. I brought a few tools with me in case I need it.
Turn right onto North Wall Street, then turn left onto East Henry Street.
If it's anything major, like if I ended up with a flat again, I'm not going to be fixing that. I'm not going to be fixing that on the road. At that point, I would have to call for help. The thing is if you get a flat while you're on the path, then you're in big trouble. Because, you know, even if you call for help, the car can't go up a bike path. You're going to have to walk it to where the car can get to you.
East Henry Street, then turn right onto North Albert Street.
So, yeah, there's little odds and ends you got to be prepared for any of these longer rides. Okay, I think this is where we got to turn here. It says, let's turn it.
In 700 feet, turn right.
I tell you, if I didn't have GPS, I would be the most lost person in the world. Really, the electronics has really changed my life. Without GPS, I'd be in trouble. I mean, when I used to photograph weddings, as soon as the GPS things were available, I got something for GPS. Yeah, I had one of those Palm Pilot type things, but it was made by Hewlett Packard, HP. And there was an option to add a GPS module to it, and that's what I did. And I used that when I was shooting weddings, just to get around to find all right, let's see. I'm gonna take this sidewalk here. I used that to get to the various churches and stuff that the weddings were. But before that happened, I was looking at maps. Man, that was tough. You know, looking down at a map, trying to figure it out while you're driving at the same time. Forget that. GPS is the way to go. I remember then when they were selling lots of GPS units. Remember that? And then the phones had GPS. Yep, that was the end of those sales. See the writing on the wall at that point. Okay, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna pass through this almost stoplight. It was stoplight. We're gonna have to take a left. So I'm gonna get into the left turn lane here. Now this is probably the one road that is probably the most dangerous for me when I go on this. I'll put my hand out so people can see that I will be taking a left here. I am in the left turn lane. Of course, people aren't usually used to seeing bikes on a turn lane. It's probably because most bike riders they're too afraid to go into the turn lane, so they don't do it. So I'm just gonna head over here, make my turn. Here we go. So this is probably the most difficult road to be on. They've got road construction going on, so speed limit is 35, but you know nobody ever pays attention to that. They could be going 40, 45, you never know. So here I'm gonna go a little faster. I'm not gonna do 15 miles an hour here. I'm gonna have to take it I'll take it to 20, a little past 20 miles an hour. I'll try my best again, stay with the cruise control. We're at 83% on this battery. We're doing pretty good, actually. Right now we're passing through Mount Prospect, I believe. And no, for you local guys who want to know where I am at any given moment, I believe this is Mount Prospect that we're in. Now here's where the problem usually will come up. Now you see we lost 2 lanes down to 1. So now if there's cars, they're kind of stuck behind me. One guy behind me is blinking at me. He's trying to make me to go faster. I'll go a little bit faster, but I'm not going to go real fast. He wants to pass me, of course. He can't. He can't. I'm not squeezing myself either. Now he's getting way up to my tail at this point now, trying to intimidate me. Too bad. I'm taking the lane. So I'm about a third of the way into the lane. He can't pass to the left. He can't squeeze me over. If I went to the far corners, he would try to squeeze into me. I'm not going to let him do that. He's going to make a left turn now. I mean, what benefit did he have trying to go faster than me? That's this, what is that? Highlander, Toyota Highlander to our left, front. What benefit did he have? I mean, did he get that far ahead of me? I don't think so. But yet there are people who will try to intimidate you. He was flashing his headlights at me, trying to get me to move. I'm not going to move. You got to stand your ground. Don't let him get away with that. So yeah, this is probably the worst part of the ride. When people have asked me, how do you go? What roads do you take? Yeah, this is the worst part of the ride because you're kind of stuck with these guys. Now, can you go up on the sidewalks? You could, I guess, but really they don't want you to. Now it says bike lane ahead. So this is a bike lane. So wherever it says it is a bike lane, I will take it. But again, the car is right next to you. So, you know, if you're not comfortable riding on the street with cars, bike lane or not, those cars are still there, right? No one's coming right now, but I left early enough that I figured, you know, should be okay. But the thing is, you know, these are cars of people going to work. And sometimes those guys are in a rush. Not a good thing. But I wanted to get out early enough because I knew that it would be an overcast day today. I didn't realize it would be raining on me. I even checked, although forecasts said no potential for rain, but obviously I had some drizzle because it was drizzling on me a little bit. Not bad. I don't know how the camera is. Let me angle the camera up a little bit. No, it looks like you guys are okay. Sorry for that angling. I had to look at the lens. So here's what I brought with me. I brought 3 GoPro batteries. I brought a bunch of AA batteries for my audio recorder. And hopefully that'll take me to a certain amount of the ride. I knew that I couldn't take it from the beginning. And first off, it would be the same ride as always to get to a certain point. So I figured I'd wait until we got to a point where we don't usually go and then turn the camera on at that point. Now here's the problem with these bike lanes. They're basically the shoulder. And so a lot of pebbles and everything are usually on that. Sometimes you got potholes and everything in here, so you really got to watch where you're going. And they really kind of treat the bike riders really poorly. I mean, they should really clean these things too. But they don't. And of course, all the cars, their tires push all the pebbles off to the side, which of course is the bike path. All right. So I'll typically speed up a little bit past intersections. Wherever I feel I need to have a little speed, I'll do it. But again, we're going to try to stay within 15 miles an hour or so. It'll go a little bit faster every now and then, but now here's the thing with this road. Okay, now first off, it's really messed up. I mean, it's all the debris and everything that's on the road. I will run out of bike path. Eventually, the bike path just ends. In which case, then you're on the road with the cars again. And again, trees, you know, they're not cut back, so that pushes you further out. Like all this stuff up here, that's a very narrow path now at this point. So you really have to be right on the line. Whenever I'm on the line, I just take the road. Because I'm telling you, if you stay on the line, cars won't move. They'll try to go the same way that they normally go, and they'll just push you into the trees. Yeah. So you got to make decisions. Do I let them do that, or do I take the lane? I tend to take the lane, and if they don't like it, too bad. It's too bad. They'll have to wait for me until I'm through. All right, starting to drizzle on me again. So the camera might be having some speckles on the camera lens. I'll try to clean it off every now and then, but right now I can't. I'm on a busy street, so we have to kind of deal with it. You know, the thing is, I question whether I will be able to make it all the way to the Botanic Garden. If it starts raining that bad, eventually I'll have to turn around. I mean, of course, on the other hand, you're already wet, so what's the difference, right? The temperatures was around 70 degrees or so when I left, or just under 70 degrees. I figured if I left today, because it was kind of be overcast, and look at the lens. Yeah, I know you guys are probably getting some splatter now. If I left today, it won't be that hot. It won't be so bad. But yeah, it's raining on us. The rain's not a real big deal. I mean, the bike is rated to handle some rain. Straight out downpour is another issue. I think the biggest issue really is the display screen. I don't want to get the display screen all wet, but I have no option at this point. I used to carry a baggie and I put it over the display screen, but I didn't bring that with me. The iPhone getting wet, not so big of a deal. It can handle that. Older phones can't, but this one can, so they say. So it should be okay. So we had passed Oakton Community College, just for those who are local here. And I know that Wally had said before, one of our viewers that I've ridden a couple times with, says, "Oh, you're real close to the Des Plaines River Trail. You should jump on there." He said that to me twice. No, we're not going to do that. We're just going to keep going. So I have sunglasses on, and that's kind of splattered now. Speed limit 35. Well, we're not going to do that. All right, we got some cars behind us now. One of them, at least. All right, up ahead, if you can see some trees up ahead, we're going to run out of lane at that point. At that point, I'm going to have to speed up, I think, because I'll be on the actual road now with the cars. There are cars behind me at this point, so I need to get past this area faster. So this is where I take the 28 miles per hour just to kind of move. Now I can get back onto the side a little bit. But you know, but when you run out of a lane, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? You got to keep going. I always remember whenever I see people on a bike and it's raining, I always say, feel sorry for that guy. Yeah, well, that's me now. That's me now. So we're down to 67% on my battery. It's actually not bad. We've done 13.2 miles so far. So the thing is to get to Morton Grove area where I want to be, where I pick up the bike path, it's about 20 miles, give or take, something like that. Now, it is shorter if you take, you know, roads that cars would normally do, but I take the longer route because that's the safer route. All right, we're gonna go past here. Because that is the safer route to take. So we add about 7 extra miles that a car would not do. It's okay. I'm not paying for gas. You know, Mrs. Wright had always asked me, he says, how much is the electricity cost for you to charge a battery? I don't think it's that much. I think people have calculated it out. They said, what could it be, 25 cents? 50 cents at most, maybe? It's not a whole lot. Even though you've been charging for hours and hours, it doesn't draw that much. So... Alright, what does it tell us? We got 1.8 more miles on this road. Then it wants me to take Shermer Road. Shermer Road's not that great either. Yeah, these are not the best streets to take, but right now there's not a whole lot of cars out there. So I believe we're in, are we in Niles yet? We might be in Niles, not really sure. Okay, I'm moving off to the side so I can put my foot up on the curb. I will have to look out for guys taking right turns. I want to make sure I don't go forward while they're taking a right. Let's see if I can clean off the lens a little bit here. Sorry, guys. I'm using my sleeve to clean off the lens. I'm wearing my my UV rated shirt. I do have my ring on. I do have my watch here. Yep. I brought the watch, you know, because it'll check everything from heart rate to blood pressure to all that kind of stuff. I have my ring on all the time. I don't even take that thing off, really. That thing checks your steps, but it also checks your sleeping patterns. So I've been enjoying the sleep pattern information. Now, here's the thing I've noticed. Whenever the ring is on my right hand versus my left hand, the step count is a lot higher because you do a lot of stuff with your right hand if you're a right-handed person, right? To the point where it's not even accurate anymore because you're moving your hand more than you're actually really even walking. You could be sitting and moving your arm, moving your hand, and it's going to add steps to it. So the other day, to double check, because I mentioned that, you know, the step counts weren't that different between the watch and the ring. So I says, let's confirm it again. So I moved the ring to my left hand and wore it there the whole day, and of course wore the watch the whole day on the left wrist. Yeah, the difference was about 400 steps by the end of the day. That's minimal. I mean, 400 steps is not that much if you think about it. All right, we're gonna let this car go by. All right, we're gonna take the lane again at this point because there's no more bike lane anymore. So if they want to pass, they're gonna have to go into the left lane. But I think most drivers can see I have no option. I mean, I don't really have a bike lane to be on. So let them make their passes. I mean, there's no cars to do that, so they can do it. So yeah, when they're both on the same arm, the ring and the watch, they're a difference of about 400 steps by the end of a day. That's actually pretty good. That's why I said they're pretty accurate. But let me tell you this. If you have the ring, if you're a right-handed person, put it on your left. Okay? Put it on your left hand because you don't want to add those extra steps. You're really not walking, so you don't want to count those. Like I said, I had so many steps when I was strumming a guitar. So, you know, I mean, if you're out, let's say you were a carpenter and you're swinging a hammer all day long, imagine what that would do. Or any other type of, you know, labor that you're doing using the hand that your ring is on. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Put it on the hand that you don't use as much, right? So what about the watch? The watch seemed pretty accurate for the steps. Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, the watch is probably a better thing for me for the steps because I can't always keep the ring on my left hand, as I mentioned before. Oops, big bump there. As I mentioned before, my hand swells up when you're doing things, and then the ring is too tight on the finger, so I have to move it to the fingers that it'll fit, and it fits my ring finger on my right hand. That's why it's on my right hand. So I think the ring for me will mostly be a sleep analysis thing. And I also keep track of my what I eat and everything. I use MyFitnessPal. Do you guys use MyFitnessPal? I use MyFitnessPal for the things that I eat, and then I do a synchronize, and it synchronizes it to the ring. So, and it also synchronizes it to Apple Health. So a lot of these apps now kind of work with each other, which is nice. You don't have to input the data into multiple things. It'll share that data with the other app. We're at 59%. We've gone 14.6 miles. So we should be good as far as getting to Morton Grove on the single battery. Now here's the thing, if you only had the one battery, when I see 59%, I would be heading back home at this point because you need the same amount of battery to get home. And a lot of times these percentages, you know, a lot of people look at the voltages instead. So a lot of times these percentages aren't the most perfect thing. And I've noticed that many of the batteries on the bikes will start cutting out at about anywhere from 12% and lower to maybe 9%, 8%, and then the thing is essentially dead on the bike. Now there's still voltage inside your batteries, just not enough to run the device. It won't run the bike. So it doesn't mean that you're down total voltage. You're not. Your battery isn't totally dead. It's dead as far as the bike is concerned. So you got to swap out batteries at that point. But here, like, we're at 59%. I would start heading back at this point if I only had the one battery. This is as far as I would be able to go. We're not even close to the Botanic Garden. All right, we're gonna have to speed up. I gotta pass this guy. This is where you just kind of wish you have a little more power when you need it. So having this thing set up for 28 miles per hour comes in handy for stuff like this. When I was doing the Rad Rover 5, okay, from Rad Power Bikes, I had set it up for 25 miles per hour. That's the maximum that bike could do. And even at 25, sometimes I go like, I wish I had a little bit more power because you're on the road with the cars, you know, just in those emergency times when you have to go a little bit faster. But yeah. But really, if you stayed, you know, and if you did that speed the entire ride, you wouldn't have enough battery to do anything that you want to do. You have to be conservative on it. All right, so it wants us to turn on Shermer, so we'll turn on Shermer. Now this one has a bike lane. We'll see how far the bike lane goes. Like I said, a lot of times these bike lanes kind of run out. They don't quite make it. Well, All right, got to sniffle a little bit more. Yeah, it's kind of cold out here. It's a little chillier than I thought it would be. I'd rather be a little bit chillier than sweating. That's just me. Some folks not so much. Some folks prefer to have nice warm weather on them, but not me. Not me. Yeah, we're doing about 17 miles an hour right now. That's okay. Not too bad. I really do think that the cruise control is helping a lot in terms of the battery right now. I think the last time we went, I don't even think I probably went down at least this far, if not a little bit farther. Then I turned around because I said I can't make it. And then when I decided to turn around, you know, the battery's quite low already. I had to swap out the battery, and then as I was heading back, that's when I got the flat. The thing is if you're on these bike lanes, that's when you're going to get the flat. Really. It's because all the pebbles and everything else that might be on the side. That's why I'm really not in favor of these type of bike lanes. But since they have it, go around some of this stuff. Since they have it, if you don't use it, then they're going to say, hey, you got a bike lane, why aren't you using it? Thing is, cars will try to intimidate you. Like I said, like the one guy's flashing at me and everything in the back. Hey, I don't care. I don't care. I have the right to be on the road just like he has a right to be on the road. I really don't care. All right, so we're gonna take a left at Beckwith, which makes sense. This is Golf Road we're coming up to. Is this Niles? Is this considered Niles? I'm not sure. Is this Morton Grove yet? We may be close to Morton Grove. I'm not sure if this is considered Morton Grove or Niles. Doesn't matter. We're gonna go through it. Once we turn on Beckwith, we'll be heading towards Morton Grove. So yeah, we're not too far from the bike path. We're at 16.3. To get where I wanted to go is about 20 miles according to the Apple Maps. So we only got like 4 more miles. We'll be right at the path. Not too bad. 56%. So yeah. So we got 2 batteries in the back. We got a battery in usage. We're doing cruise control at about 15 miles an hour on average. I could cycle through to see what our actual performance is, but do that a little bit later. Right now, I just want to make sure we get past this safely. Let the car pass me up. Then move over. You got to remember too, you can't get too close to these side cars because if there's somebody in there and they open the door, you know, you'll slam right into their door. Yeah, these are potential hazards you just have to be aware of and learn to deal with. I remember when I first got my first e-bike, I was a little nervous getting back on the street. I mean, riding around the neighborhood wasn't so bad, but you know, anything like this, forget it. I wasn't gonna do it. And then one of the ladies says, "Russ, you're afraid of everything." That was enough to push me over the edge. I go, "Russ is not afraid of everything. I'm going out on the street." Yeah, sometimes that's what it takes. It takes someone to tell you, "Hey, what are you, chicken?" What are you, chicken? That reminds me of Back to the Future. Remember that? Marty McFly. You can't stand it when people call him chicken. Right, we have about 400 feet according to this.
Turn left onto Beckwith Road.
lights over here. So we'll go into the left turn lane, put our hand out, wait for this car to go by. Make our turn. Yeah, that's enough to push him over the edge, Marty McFly. What are you, chicken? Alright, so let's stop here. We've got cars crossing by. We have the stop sign, they do not. Yeah, I think we're heading into Morton Grove now. Maybe Beckwith is a cutoff? I have no idea. We are on Beckwith, sorry. What road are we on here? I don't know. What's this crossroad? Harlem. Yeah, maybe you guys who are local can tell me. Yeah, I was a kid when I lived in this general area. I was going into high school, right? So I don't know all the ins and outs. Always wave to the cops. Cops always wave back. They always do. I could tell a cop car from a mile away. Yeah, a lot of them have these SUVs now, right? Yeah, I remember when cop cars were, you know, the Ford Galaxies. Is it a Galaxy? I don't know what it was. It's starting to rain on us again. Not good. Sorry. Sorry if it looks bad on the lens. Not much I can do about it. Now we could end up turning around, but we're still going to be in the rain. Either way, I'm still in the rain. If it downpours on me, then we're in trouble at that point. But it's raining a lot more now. I may have to find some place to hang out somewhere for a while. Yeah, it's coming down pretty good now. We're gonna get all wet. Yeah, I don't know where I can go. There's really no other shelter area I can get to stay out of the rain for a bit. I guess you can find a store or something like that, but I don't know if they'll let you in the store with your bike. But we're in Morton Grove at this point, guys. The path is just a little bit ahead of us, but there's no shelter spot. Hey, well, anything. You get to see me riding in the rain. I've ridden in the rain before, where the rain's come down on me before, but yeah, we don't like it, but what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? Now I'm starting, you know, as I'm talking, I'm thinking, is there any place I can go that would keep me out of the rain for a while? And the answer is no. The answer is no, not around here. Not what I was expecting. You know, I checked the Alexa unit. Yeah, rain is not expected today. Checked Apple weather thing. Yeah, didn't show any rain. Caught in the rain. Gave him the head nod. Gave the other bike a head nod. Now, if I'm underneath the forest preserve, does that protect you from the rain? I don't know. But we're really close to it at this point. So in this general area, there's a golf course here called Chick Evans Golf Course.
At the next stop sign.
And then there's also this bridle path. They had horses in the stables not too far off of the bike path. We're at 49%. We've been doing about 20 miles an hour at this point. I figure 15 wasn't good in this road. Hanging around the 20 mile an hour range. Yep, nice and rainy. This is the Chicago River, I believe, or something. Is that Chicago River? Could be, don't know. Yep, raining on us. All right, up ahead where the stop sign is, that's where our bike path is. We're going to be taking a left. Take a left, we'll be heading north on that bike path.
At the stop sign, take a sharp left turn onto Boston Avenue, then turn right onto Lion Street.
All right, I'm gonna get into the bike path first, and then we'll worry about it after that. All right. And we're going to get out of this area too, because this is where the horses are. Don't want to keep smelling the horses. Now you still feel the rain, even with the coverage of the forest above us. So anyway, on my bike, I have my little blinky light here on. I also have a blinking rear tail light on. I did not turn on the bike's light and tail light. I'm using external ones at this point. Yeah, I can smell the horses. The stables are right next to us to the right. Gonna have to get away from that. Riding in the rain. All right, let me see what the lens looks really bad. Let's see if I can clean you guys off a little bit here. Does that help any, or did I smear you? Did I smear it?
Straight onto the path, then take a slight left turn.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. Let's get out of this map. We don't need the map anymore. We're here. Let's turn the phone off. I set my phone up for 80% charge. I don't know if you guys do that or not, but I'd heard from Apple suggestions that, you know, if you set your battery to charge only up to 80%, what it'll do is it'll stop any additional charging past 80%. Supposedly that gives you longer life expectancy of your battery. So we should be at the 80 level. I could pull the plug, but then I don't know what I'm going to do with this cable. So I'm just leaving it plugged in. So we are on what's called the North Branch Trail right now. And this will take us out of Morton Grove and into, I believe, the Glenview area, and then into the Northbrook area. And then I don't know where the Botanic Garden is. Is that considered Northfield? I don't know. Something like that, I think. But we're at 48%. This is a lot farther than I got last time. So that tells me conservative throttling on a cruise control does definitely help. Definitely helps. Because I never even got this far last time, I don't think, before I had to turn back. Now the thing is, with this UV rated shirt, it's kind of lightweight. That's why I kind of feel the chill. But it should, whatever water's on it should dry up faster too. It's not one that holds it. Of course, the pants that I'm wearing, I'm just wearing, you know, blue jean shorts. That'll get all wet. There's not much I can do about that. All right, we're gonna push the crossing thing here. Oh, I guess we got the crossing thing. No, it's a turn signal for cars, but not the crossing signal for us. Most of the cars around here are familiar with bikes being here because there's always a lot of bikes crossing over. But the thing is, you know, we're this far out, we have no option but to keep going. Yep. So the bike path is trail speed of 15 miles per hour. So we'll stay within that. I should probably send a text to Mrs. Wright, let her know that at least I'm on the path and being rained on. All right, when I end up changing out my GoPro battery, maybe I'll let her know. I mean, what time is it now? 9:05. So 9:05. Let's see, we left at around 7:40, something like that. So we've been going a while, and my GoPro is still running. But again, I didn't turn you guys on until later, so
No.
so that's why it's still going. All right, I'm gonna try to get underneath some of this coverage here. I'll send her a text. And then probably consider changing out my battery for the GoPro because I don't know how long that will last. I don't want it to just run out on you. I'm just trying to find some basic coverage somewhere, but I don't think there will be any. You know, out here in the forest preserve, you can see deer and everything out here, and everything like what? Yeah, certain phrases I say way too many times. And things like that. I say that a lot too, right? Right? Say that a lot. Okay. I say that a lot. Thing is, you know, as you record yourself, you start recognizing you do a lot of things a lot more than you think when you go back and you listen. Yeah, who said it wasn't going to rain today? Oh, look, there is some place I can go underneath. There's a bike guide there too. Hopefully it's safe, we'll see. Can we do that? Well, I see a bike there. Is there anybody there? I don't know. Just see a bike, I don't see a person. Thing is, I don't like going into areas if I don't know what's in that area. It's a little secluded, I don't think I want to go in there. I know you guys couldn't see it on your angle, but I was looking at that little shed area. I guess it's like a picnic area. It looked a little secluded to me. I don't think I want to go in there. We're wet already. What difference does it make? So yeah, my original intent was I was going to pedal a certain amount, but then I got this bright idea. Maybe I'll just throttle it all the way and see how it does for cruise control throttling at a 15 miles an hour. I will tell you right now, it does really good. I think as far as if you were going for distance, that's the way to go. This bike would have been way dead earlier had I gone faster and I didn't use cruise control to regulate the speed. Battery would have been dead by now. It would have been way earlier it would have been dead. All right. Well, what do you guys think about this path? I mean, if you're new here, this is new. If you've been with me a while, this is no real big deal. You've seen it before, I guess. The thing is, I know a lot of people like being on bike paths and seeing people on bike paths, but you know, to me, a forest preserve is a forest preserve. It kind of looks the same after a while, other than the fact that some of them have more turns, twists and turns than others. It's the open areas like this that makes it different, you know. But if it's just like forest preserves, then that's another story. No motor vehicles. Hey, no motorized vehicles. Yeah, I don't think they're talking about these. They're usually talking about gas motor vehicles, you know, dirt bikes, that kind of thing. This is still considered a bike. All right, we gotta cross through here. And there's people on the path. I mean, there's people probably, these guys are probably all caught in the rain too, just like me. I don't think any of us go out here purposely knowing when it's raining. We're just kind of stuck out here. All right. I think what I'll do at this point, I'm gonna shut you guys down for a bit, change out my batteries, send a text message off to Mrs. Wright, let her know where I am, and then we'll pick up again when we see something more interesting, as we maybe get a little closer to the Botanic Garden or some other areas that are more interesting for you to see. You know, I say stuff like that, then I'll turn right back on right after right after I change the batteries out. We have enough batteries. We could probably do it. We could probably change it out and then continue on. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. All right. Talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, I'm back. I did not change out my bike battery, but I did change out the GoPro battery and sent Mrs. Wright a text, let her know where I was. You didn't miss much. I went forward just a little bit. I went over a bridge. Those who take North Branch Trail will know what that is. It just went over a bridge and then did my changes, and now we're back on the road again. So yeah, it'll continue raining on us, I think. She asked me whether I was coming home. I mean, at this point, I'm wet. I mean, what difference does it make at this point, right? I'm wet already. The bike is wet already. I did notice the brakes squeal a little bit because, you know, the brakes are wet. Hear a little bit of clicking. I don't know what that is. Kind of move my stuff around. I saw a small deer, baby deer. Yeah, it's too bad the camera wasn't on at the time. So yeah, we got a little distance to get to where we want to get to. I hope we got some grass cutting guy. Yeah, well, they got to do their stuff. They got to keep it cut down, otherwise grass grow too long. They usually cut around the edges. Around the edges of everything. Yeah, that's a tough cut. Yeah, it's getting cold. You know, now that I'm actually wet, as chilly as it is, and then it's wet too. Well, yeah, a bunch of water. So I flooded out on the left side. All right, going over another bridge over here. Yeah, I wonder if we can actually make it there on one battery, make it back on one battery, on another battery. But see, the thing is, like I said, you know, even with two 20 amp hour batteries, even with two 20 amp hour batteries, doing even 60 something miles is not an easy thing to do because first off, I'm big and heavy. The bike is big and heavy. The motor is big, but it's also going to be, you know, if you're going really fast and you're peaking out past your 750 watts, you're going to eat up more power. So making it fully back on just two 20 amp hour batteries from where I am, probably not possible. That's why you need two batteries in addition to the one you're using. Oh, the guy's letting me through, so I'll take it. Thank you very much to him. I will take it. So where are we at now? What is this considered? This is Northfield. So Northfield is the Botanic Gardens town, I believe. And this is New Trier North, is that what that is? To our left, I think. I remembered before, I don't remember now. And again, I apologize for how bad the visuals are going to be with the rain hitting the camera. Try to wipe it off every now and then, but I know we're all getting hit by it. Now there's a bridge underneath. I wonder if I can hang out underneath for a while. We'll be coming up to there. The only thing is, you know, covered areas, I don't know. I mean, if there's nobody coming up there, that's fine, but, you know, good place for a homicide. This is the law enforcement in me thinking about the... All right, let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't seem like anyone's there. I could hang out underneath here. I might do that. Hang out underneath here for a little bit, see if the rain lets up. I don't know. All right, let's see. Let's clear this up a little bit here. Well, let me do this. I'm going to take camera off my my mount here. Turn you around. Yeah, there I am. Yeah, I got the sunglasses are all speckled with water. I don't even want to wipe it. If I wipe it, it'll just smear it anyway. So yeah, I think I'll hang out underneath this bridge for a while. And then see if it lets up, and if it does, then I'll continue. If not, then I'll ride through it. So I'm going to turn you guys off for a bit and then kick it back in when we're ready to head back out of here. Okay, I am back. Still raining out here. Mrs. Wright tells me in our area it's not raining. Well, it is out here. So, yeah, I'm still on the same first battery. I'm going to see if I can make it there all the way without changing out the battery until we get there. We're at 37%. We've done 23.1 miles so far. Now, this is definitely a little different video than we've had in the past. I don't think I've had you guys out in the rain with me before. It's got to be a first for everything. So the guy that was just running past us, he was behind me, and then he passed me when I was staying underneath that viaduct or a bridge or whatever you want to call that thing. So he must have turned around and head back. But he's got his kid with him. The kid's getting all wet too. Let's see. We got to go forward. Got to pass through here. Now, the interesting thing is that you can hit the Skokie Lagoons on this path, and I fished there before. Have we ever caught anything there? I think we've caught some stuff out of Skokie Lagoons. I know my fishing buddy Gail, she's caught a number of things out of the Skokie Lagoons. So, did I tell you guys Gail was the one that taught me how to fish? I went fishing with my dad when I was younger, but I was a little kid. I don't remember anything. And I remember saying to her at church, I says, yeah, I'd like to go fishing. She goes, oh, I fish. I go, I don't know how to fish. She goes, I know how. Her dad taught her, I guess. So she taught me how to fish. Yeah. She does pretty good. She always catches everything. She catches this and that, you know, and she's gone on various fishing trips with her friends. So, yeah, so good for her. Again, I apologize for all the wetness. Let's see how bad you guys look here. Yeah, you're looking pretty bad. Let's clean you up. I'm just using my sleeve. I hope I'm not smearing it worse. I just don't know. I kind of figure at this point, I'm wet anyway. I might as well try to get all the way there and back. I mean, even if I headed back, I'm gonna be wet regardless. Yeah, I should have known better. You know, it's overcast. It looked like it was gonna rain. There was no forecast of rain, but over here it's definitely rain. So what are you gonna do? All right, and it says push the button for the crossing thing. Push to cross. Okay, we will push the button to cross. Yep, not the trip I was expecting. Let's clean you off a little bit more. Sorry if you see the arm going across every now and then, but I think on the long run, that's probably better than not. And I think the material that this sleeve is made out of kind of allows you to do it without smearing too bad. I hope it doesn't look too bad to you guys. You know, the thing is, if it smears and stuff, it's going to look like it's hazy, and I don't like that either. I remember being a photographer, I had a special rig that I could put my camera in so that whenever it rains, it kind of protects the lens and everything. You put a filter over your lens, put the lens hood on, and then the whole camera rig fits underneath the bag. Yeah, I put a 70 to 200 millimeter zoom lens in there and everything. And that worked out pretty good. I used it a couple of times on a job where it was raining on us. Seemed to work pretty good. Yeah. I'm glad that this iPhone has some protection against being in water. Supposedly, it doesn't affect it that much. Yeah, it still works. 9:36 a.m. Yeah, we're all getting wet here. Folks I passed, she had a nice smile on her face. She's probably going, the guy's getting all wet. I just feel like at this point, since I'm wet, if I don't go all the way through to get to where I want to go, then it was a waste. So I might as well just go. Might as well go. I'm glad I have the extra blinking lights and stuff on. I charged that all up too. I didn't charge the tail light up much. I should probably turn on the headlight. Let me turn that on. Let's see if that's on. Yeah. All right. So once I turn on the bike's headlight, then the rear tail light also lights up. So in case that particular one happens to die out on me or something, then at least there's a red light on the tail light. I mean, if I hit the brakes, of course, the tail light kicks in, but I want it consistently on so anyone can see that I'm there. So let's wipe this thing down too. I'm using my sleeve to do it. Where are we at? Let's see, 32% on the battery. Yeah, a little chilly. Little chilly. It's the wetness that's making you feel colder. Yep. Well, hey, last year we didn't make it here. This year we get rained on. What can I say? Little rabbit. So let's see, what else is new? What else can I tell you guys? What else can I tell you guys? Yeah, not much else I can tell you guys as far as new things. Everything is caught up at this point. I think the only thing that's not caught up yet is there are supposedly 2 more bikes still coming to me, and I don't know when they'll be in. So that's one thing. What else? Oh, okay, I know what I can tell you guys. Concerning e-trikes. So here's the thing with e-trikes. I told you guys that I would not be reviewing an e-trike because I wouldn't be using it. I know that I won't. You know, even if I had an e-trike, I would review it, and I would probably never ride it again. Simply because I have regular e-bikes, and I can still ride a bike, right? So anyway, my sister's been asking me about e-trikes. She's been asking me for the last several years, and she says, well, you know, why don't you do an e-trike? So the 2 of us went out to visit the Rad Power Bikes shop in Berkeley, California, when I went out to visit her last year. And we got to ride one. And both of us kind of felt, you know, it's more different than we thought it would be. Because, you know, if the road is flat, if it's flat and straight, okay? Oh, this is part of the Skokie Lagoons too. I'll kind of angle here, let you guys see that. It's kind of got green stuff all over it, so it's got algae all over. So if the road is flat, the bike feels fine, you know, the trike. But when the road is angled, like let's say it's tilted to the right or tilted to the left a little bit, all 3 wheels have to stay in contact, so the bike itself kind of tilts, right? On a 2-wheel bike, when the road is angled, you can keep yourself upright still, so that the bike feels like it's level. Not so on a trike. So I think when we first rode it, and we hit some areas where it was on an angle, we kind of felt like we were going to fall off this thing. It does take some doing to learn how to ride it properly. But even after all that, she still says she wants a trike. She has 3 Rad Power Bike products. Let's see which way we're going. Yeah, we're going through here. Oh, okay. Let's see. This is the faster way through. Did we go through here? No. Let's see. If we go the other way, I believe we are at the Botanic, at the Skokie Lagoons if we go to the right. I think if we go through here, we cut a lot of that off. We're gonna go through here just simply because it's raining. Otherwise, I would show you the lagoons. So we'll cut through here. And so anyway, yeah, you have two options. You can come through this side or you can go totally around the other side. Well, we'll take this side. So anyways, even though we went through that experience, she said that she still wants to try a trike and get a trike. She has 3 rad power bikes, 2 of the rad minis, step-through models. Mrs. Wright had that as her first bike. She had one of those as well. And then she has one of the rad Expand 5s for her son. So she's got 3 rad power bikes, but she still wants a trike. So anyway, recently, Mooncool, as you know, I did the Mooncool cargo bike. Mooncool is very well known for trikes. Okay, that's really their main thing. So after doing the review of the cargo bike and then also doing a video on the accessories that came for the bike, which is the you know, carrying kids in the back and the basket and all that, they asked me if I would be interested in reviewing the trike. Now, I told them before no, and I told them the reasoning, okay, and they understood. But they still would like me to do a review of one. I said, you know, I'm running out of space. I literally don't have any more space in the house. A trike will just take up even more space. And for something that I would probably only ride it once for a review and never use it much, hardly ever again, I didn't think it was fair to them for that. And so I didn't want to deal with it. And so I just said no. I said, I don't think so. But they asked me again. So I told her the story. I said, look, my sister wants one of these things. I don't, right? Mrs. Wright's always wanted one too, but I think now that she's back and used to riding a regular bike, she's okay with the regular bike. She doesn't need the trike. And with the cargo bikes that we use, we don't really need a trike, is what it boils down to. When we get older, maybe, but not now. So I told Mooncool, I said, look, my sister has always wanted a trike. So I said, what if we had the trike shipped to her in California, which first off is less expensive for them because they ship out of California. They would just go from one place in California to another place in California, be a shorter distance, so it probably costs less. What if you shipped it to her? I'll take a flight out to California and do several videos on the trike and visit her for a week or so and then head back, and then we'll leave the trike with her. They're okay with that. I mean, really, if you think about it, that's really no different than a reviewer taking the trike, doing a review, one video only, right? And then selling off the trike. They actually get more of a benefit sending it to my sister. I take the trike out several times before I head home, and then so essentially it's like me selling the trike, right? I just leave it with my sister. So she gets a trike out of it. They're okay with that. So anyway, I sent the message off to my sister telling her the good news, and she says, yeah. She says she's all excited about that. She said, that'd be great. Lady's doing selfies. I don't know what she was doing, but she's doing all sorts of gestures on the selfie. Maybe she was live, maybe. Who knows? So anyway, so yeah, we will be seeing a Russ's Right review of a Mooncool trike in the future. I don't know when this will happen, okay? Maybe in August, maybe in September, I have no idea. We'll see. We'll see what the schedule is like for my sister, and you know, when she's available, and then whether Moon Cool will be willing to wait for us to do whatever we want to do. So now here's the thing: what about for the rest of us? How do I do these videos while I'm gone? Well, the last time I did something where I went to California, I was out there I think for 2 weeks. I just pre-recorded a bunch of videos and then had them scheduled to be released on YouTube, so that we were covered during the time that I was out in California. I went to Vegas last year too, with my sister, because it just worked out that way. So we all went to Vegas and also went out to California. So I think what I'll do is I'm already ahead of you guys anyway. You know, I said my videos have been, you know, anywhere from 5 or 6 episodes ahead of you guys before you guys see it. I typically don't like to do that, as you know. I like to be current when I'm talking about something, and sometimes I shift my videos around because I have more important things to let you know first, and so those other videos get shifted even further and further back. So I don't really like doing that. But I think what I'll have to do is I'll have to do the same thing. I'll have to pre-record these things and let it run, because I may not have the time to do an upload, and I don't think their speed of their internet is a fast upload speed. It would take forever. Upload it for a couple of weeks, do what I need to do, come back, and then continue on. I think that's really our best bet. So what I told Moonku I would do is I would do several videos for them about the bike, which is what I usually will do, about their trike, that is. So what I usually do. I've already done 3 Mooncool videos already. So I'll do the same thing for the trike, so that at least we have videos that will talk about the trike while I'm out in California. So that's what we can expect to see in the future. Okay. So why did I decide to do the Mooncool? Well, here's the river off to our right. Sorry. I didn't pull the camera fast enough. I don't know if you saw that or not. I chose this one because it is a folding trike. Okay, that makes it a little unique. I thought, okay, if I'm going to do one, let's do something a little more unique. We are at the Botanic Garden, by the way. Service entrance here is usually where I go in. So let's go ahead and turn in here. And then also, my understanding is that bike is like 90% built. If you get there, I'm reaching over to hit the button. If you get their non-folding version, okay, we can get across, then you have a lot of building to do. Apparently it's like 60% built, so you got some other stuff to do. I don't feel like building it. All right, let's go up here. So 90% built is better than 60% built for me. All right, so we are in the garden. Now I thought that they had some new regulations for the garden, so I don't know what that would be. We're at 23% on our battery, so yeah, we made it on 1 battery. It has stopped raining, it seems. So I'm excited for her that I can leave the trike for her, and then she has to keep the trike. And if I ever go visit again, I could always get on the trike and ride around. Oh, she's got 3 other bikes. She's got that too, right? All right, so we got to go here, apparently. North Branch Trail, Service Road. North Branch Trail this way. Okay. So we have been here before, but it's been a while. been 2 years since we were here. And if you're new, then this is new to you. If you're old, then yeah, this probably looks familiar to you. I'll stop a little later and we'll show you the area. We don't get to see everything. Let's see, North Branch Trail straight, visitor center parking thing. Okay, we gotta go straight here. So they have like some, let me grab the camera here. They have some greenhouses over here. They have big fans over there. And let me grab the camera again. Off on the left-hand side here. You see those things. There's water up ahead. I usually stop over there. Sorry for the jerkiness, but make sure the camera looks clear on the lens. So I'm doing about 12 miles an hour. They say 8. Man, 8 is like dragging. I don't think I could even stay vertical at 8 miles an hour. Kind of give you guys an idea of what some of these things look like here. So there you go. So everybody's working on stuff. Kind of straighten that out a little bit. Yeah, we're not allowed to go through the entire Botanic Garden on our bike. We can go past the gardens. There's some areas. Did I already pass it up? Maybe they changed some things around. Yeah, this looks like they changed some things around. I can tell you those guys are not doing 8 miles an hour. They're going a lot faster than I am. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, I think it's up ahead. Let me show you. I'm just going to pull the camera to the side here so you can see a side view of everything as I'm riding. So I'm just kind of holding the GoPro. So all the flowers and everything like that we're not going to see because we can't get in there. I'm gonna go up on this thing here. There's another guy up here too. I'm gonna change my battery out. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get off this bike here. Okay. Show you the bike and everything too. See how wet the bike is. All right, that's what we look like. So let me show it to you from this side, this angle. There you go. That's the Deere 26 with the extra batteries in the back. All right, I'm gonna turn this off. I'll turn this back on after I change out the bike battery. Changed out the battery already.
That first sign we see is known as Harijima, or the
All right, I'm back on the road again. Yeah, I changed out my battery on my bike. Took a little breather. I'm going forward here, but I know that there's really not much else to see. In fact, they've even blocked it off over here. I guess they want us to go here. Bikes that way, North Chicago, share the path, share the trail. Yeah, so I've come down here before. I just ended up turning back around. This is pretty much all we get to see of the Botanic Garden. Just heads back out to the outside, so I'm going to turn around at this point. Since there's no cars or anything, let's make a U-turn here. I could hear my brakes clicking and all sorts of stuff. Well, I guess that's to be expected. Things are a little wet right now. So the rotors are wet, the brake pads are wet, but I think it may have stopped raining for now, at least. And we'll head out of here. Yeah, after we're out of here, then we'll sign off, but let you see things a little bit more over here. So I'm just kind of grabbing the camera with my right hand this time. We're going down and in a decline. This is basically all we get to see of the gardens. We don't really get to see anything else. And in front of us is the tram for their tours. So I saw several tour trams, so they must have a number of people who do it. The one directly in front of us is a bunch of kids. I see a couple adults' heads up there, and the rest of them are all small little guys. Anyway, just wanted to say thank you for sticking it out with me to the end. If you've gone this far, you know, riding through with the rain and everything. But you know, it's a first. But all right, let's pass them up here. Yeah, the thing is, you gotta deal with the elements sometimes. Sometimes you're dealt things you're not expecting. I was not expecting rain. I figured we have a cloud coverage and we'd be fine, but had no idea it was going to rain. I even double checked it. Anyway, put some comments below. Let me know what you thought of the ride and whether you've had to ride through the rain before. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. I'll talk to you guys next time. I don't have the good audio on, but this is the Skokie Lagoons, passing through it, so I figured I'd turn the camera back on and at least show you some of it on my way back, taking the other route back. A lot of algae.